Hello YouTube, this is Bonnie, Old Souled Mermaid. Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, this is a channel where we talk all things tarot. You're going to get unboxings, first impressions, and things like that. And also we discuss tarot topics, and all of this through the lens of this middle-aged ex-Mormon woman. So today we're going to do a tarot topic, and it's a video response, and it's a video response to Peekaboorose's video about deck and witchy gifting items. So I'm going to go through a list of the questions that she went through in her video, and I think her video, she got the inspiration through one of Katie Flower's booktube channel videos. So if I can find it, I'll try to link it below. But y'all know how I am about links, so I'll do my best. So the first question is, do you gift witchy items / or decks? And if so, to whom? And I'm sorry, I'm reading the questions out in front of me. I have on just 2 occasions, and one was to a friend when she, let's see, it was back probably this past October, and she's been watching my Instagram. I have 2 Instagram accounts, and one has to do more with everyday things and my sewing hobby and family things, and then I have my Old Souled Mermaid account on Instagram, which mostly deals with things of tarot, maybe a little art on there. As of recently, but she was looking and she was intrigued about, you know, my journey into tarot, and we hadn't seen each other for a long time, and we decided to get together back in October for lunch. And I knew she was going through personal things, and I gave her a box of little crystals, and it was the Low Scarabeo deck. I think it's called like the Dirty Pam RWS. You know, it's in a you know, the Low Scarabeo lift-off tuck. Not really a tuck box, it's a hard box, but lifts off from the top, and the cards are glossy. It has, you know, traditional RWS, but the line work is, you know, dirty. And so I gifted her that deck and the crystals, and she was intrigued. And then I was showing her some of my recent acquisitions, and she was very intrigued, but I haven't like followed up to see how she's, you know, responded, if she's using it for herself, because yeah, I don't know, I think it's kind of a personal thing. If people ask, I will definitely share, but if, you know, they don't, it's not, you know, it's something I could mention in passing, but I don't really push any of that onto people. So the second gift I recently gave, and I mailed it this past, just a couple of days ago on Friday, to my 14-year-old niece. I gifted her a copy of the Kauai Tarot. Of course, I okayed it with her mother, my sister, and I sent her the book Everyday Tarot by Sammy Main. And I think she's more, when she wrote the book, she was very young. I think to me she looks like a teenager, but it has pictures. The book itself has pictures of the Circo Tarot, or and I have that book in a smaller iteration with the new edition of the Circo Tarot that Urban Outfitters was selling. I don't know if they're selling it anymore, but so that was the book, and I gifted her the Kauai Tarot. She's just really struggling in, you know, our partial lockdown, quarantine, or whatever, doing school online. You know, she's young, she's missing the social interaction, and she does art, and I've been kind of trading artist trading cards with her, but I thought, you know, tarot might be something that she might be into. She is high functioning, I think it's Asperger's She has autism, but a high functioning level. And I thought it might be something that she, that she would jive with. And I told her if she liked it and if she wanted to learn how to read, I would gift her a manga deck for her birthday in November, because she's very into that. So those are the 2 times that I've gifted items. Oh, and I've also done a giveaway on my Instagram accounts with both of them, just because when I was starting Old Soul Mermaid Instagram account, I didn't have any subscribers, so I did a giveaway of just the traditional, the yellow box RWS, and yeah, I gave that away. All right, next question. Are you gifted decks, witchy items? Are they successful? I don't know if I would say yes and no. I have gotten a very few decks, because before lockdown I was starting to do readings, but for people other than my friends and family, to people I didn't know, I'd go on my Instagram and say, hey, if you're in the Austin area, blah, blah, blah. And I would meet them at a local books, Barnes and Noble. And we would do the reading there at one of their reading tables. And sometimes they would either, give me a tea or a sandwich. And sometimes, we would go over, because they wanted recommendations for decks or books. And we'd go over to the tarot section, and sometimes they would just pick a deck and gift it to me, which was very nice. And so a couple of those decks were things that I wanted, and sometimes it was just something I was, I would say, yeah, that looks interesting, so I took it. And it was very nice. So I wasn't charging people, so I didn't ask for them to do that, but they did it anyway. So yeah, that was kind of a gift. And then I met a lady in a Half Price Books in the metaphysical aisle at one of the Half Price Books in Austin, and we were talking tarot, and I suggested some books and decks to her, and so we kind of became friends on Instagram. And she's actually lives in San Antonio, but she was visiting Austin, and I made her a mask, a while ago when we started having to wear masks. And she gifted me a little box of crystals, all this incense, and a little box to keep the incense. And I was like, oh my gosh, it was so nice. All I did was make you a mask. It was a nice mask. It was a very nice mask. But it was very sweet, and I was very, very touched. And so, yeah, that has been somebody gifting me my experience in that area. Okay, so the next question is, when you buy yourself these items, sorry, my dog is barking. My husband just opened the garage door. He's back from his bike ride, so. When you buy yourself any of these items, do you think of them as gifts? So when I buy myself, sometimes I just think of it more as a splurge or self-care. And I want to use a term that somebody used in the comments of my last video about the cost of tarot decks, and she says she views it as kind of an investment on herself. And I like that. So I view it as an investment on myself, my spirituality, my mental well-being. So I think I view it more, as an investment, but not really like I'm gifting myself, like it's a gift to myself. If that makes sense, I hope it does. Do you consider used decks or witchy items to be acceptable items? I would accept them for myself, definitely. I absolutely would. but unless, like, if I would kind of, I would probably buy, the items that I've gifted other people have been new, just because, you know, it's kind of an energy thing, and, you know, they may not know about cleansing and whatnot. So the 2 times that I have done it, it's been new items. So, but I would definitely accept them for myself gladly, especially if something I really wanted, because I know how to cleanse a deck. I am kind of picky on condition. It would have to be, if it's for myself, well, and also if it's for somebody else, you know, if somebody wanted something of mine, it would have to be like in really good condition. You know, condition is key. I'm kind of a, you know, we've had the tag cardstock snob. Well, I'm kind of like a condition snob, you know. I use my decks, but, you know, I don't trash them, and I keep them safe and well stored, you know. So, but I do accept you. I think used witchy items are acceptable if they are in good condition, if they've been cared for, and because you can always cleanse them, whichever method that you prefer. So if you could receive a gift card to any tarot or witchy website or store, which would you choose? And I would say, well, it would be a toss-up between Amazon and Etsy. I'd probably, with Etsy, edging out Amazon more, but I have, you know, a wish list of items on both. So definitely Amazon or Etsy, with Etsy being my top pick. So I guess that's better because you're also supporting independent artists, because I'd be getting independent decks or items that people are producing, and so you always want to help out that way. Next question: gift wrapping, gift bag, bear presentation. I did when I gifted my friend the deck and the crystals, it was in a gift bag. But since I had to mail the items to my niece, you know, I'm in Texas, she's in LA, so, you know, I just mailed it and just sent it on its way, you know. So, but normal circumstances, yeah, I would probably do a gift bag, you know, make it look really pretty. If I could find some kind of Halloween-y or some type of metaphysical or glittery tissue paper, that kind of thing, yeah, that's fun. It's kind of also a way to be creative. Can you communicate with others when an item is a lend and not a gift? Now, this has never applied to me. I don't have friends who are into metaphysical, you know, into the metaphysical and into metaphysical items, so this has never been an issue to me. And I would tend, if it were a deck, I would gift them something instead of lending mine. I hope that doesn't sound too bad. If they were interested in tarot, wanted to try something, I would definitely gift it before I would lend mine, because like I said, I'm kind of like persnickety with my stuff once I own it. So, but as far as books, I would definitely lend out. I'd have no problem saying, you can borrow this, I'll probably need it in a month's time. And I would put a timestamp on it, definitely, because I have lost books, because I do read a lot, and I have friends who read a lot, and I've not gifted, but lended books, and then they've moved, and then I haven't gotten the book back. So I don't have a problem, like if it would be a book, to put a timestamp on it. But decks or crystals that I think that are heavily, have my energy on it, I wouldn't tend to lend out. I would probably gift. Okay, next question, and this is question number 8. Have you ever given someone a tarot witchy ebook? That's what I was trying to read. I have not, so that's an easy one to answer, but I've purchased them for myself. Okay, so the last question. Name 5 decks witchy items you'd love to receive. That's going to be easy. I don't know whether I should go with the separate 5 witchy items and then 5 tarot decks, because that could or should I combine them together? Okay. As far as decks, I would love a 3rd edition new sealed Bohemian Gothic. I would love a new sealed old edition of the Touchstone Tarot. I would love a copy of the now out of print Mesquite Tarot. I would love the now out of print, so is it the Stella Tarot? But I think you can find those on eBay. I'm trying to think. There's all of these decks on my wish list, but I'm trying to think of the more obscure ones. There was one more. Well, I know I have the Naked Heart Tarot by Jillian C. Wilde on my wish list, my Amazon wish list. So that's 5 decks right there. As far as witchy items, I know what I need right now are more candles. Can never have too many candles, and I'm running low. I would love a singing bowl because I don't feel good about the cleansing with sage if I'm not sure about how ethically it's produced, and I don't like to use consumable items that you have to keep repurchasing. And it's kind of the same thing with crystals. I have my collection, don't know how if I'm gonna add to it, because you know, the ethics of mining and whatnot, and the same thing goes with sage. So one of the top things I would like to do is practice sound cleansing, so I would like a singing bowl, and that's kind of my top item that I want. As far as I don't know if that's like a witchy item. I'm not really, you know, I'm investigating Wicca and witchcraft, so I don't know if, you know, the cauldron and things like that are going to be or kitchen witch items are going to be put on my wish list, but definitely things like incense. I'm looking for a mermaid incense holder right now, and sometimes they go on and off Amazon, like a really cool little fairy or mermaid like incense holder. And is that 2 or 3 things that I've mentioned? Oh, I'm kind of interested in a pendulum. Yeah, I'm kind of interested in a pendulum and thinking about getting one soon. So that's a few items. So witchy items and tarot decks. So, and now next I'm going to tag 5 people when I put this video up. So I hope this wasn't too rambly. Sorry about the thing with the card, and looking down, but let me know what you think. And definitely, if you have a channel, do your own response, change around the questions as you feel as needed. You do you. And if you don't respond to any of these questions, I'm going to list the questions down below in the description box, and you can answer all of them, or you can just answer a couple. It doesn't matter. You do you. And so yeah, that's the end, and thank you for sticking with me and all you subscribers. I appreciate your comments and your interactions on my videos. I'm a very small channel, so I think as a thank you, a giveaway is going to be coming up really soon. So it's not going to be any big deal, but just as a thank you. So stay tuned for that. And until next time, I will see you really soon.